Men, why didn't you want a second date with that girl? Answer 1. We went to her house, and her pets and plants were all dead. I went to her home and noticed her pets and plants had died. A goldfish was floating upside down in its tank, and a deceased hamster was still in its cage on the dining table. She casually stated that this was a common occurrence. All I could imagine was hamster after hamster starving in front of her. The word sociopath crossed my mind. I made up an excuse to leave, and she became a bit erratic at that moment, which worried me even more. At least I confirmed she wasn't a balanced person. Answer 2. She rolled her eyes when I complimented her. During the date, she criticized everything. Where we ate, the music, and seemingly everything else. She didn't appear to enjoy the evening and had nothing positive to say. Despite this, she said she'd had fun and wanted to meet again. I declined, as her negativity and the mixed signals were overwhelming. Answer 3. Once, I went to the cinema for a first date. She arrived late, and the movie had already started. During the film, she wanted to chat despite the full cinema. I didn't hush her but responded briefly, hoping to end the conversation. Frustrated, she left halfway through the movie, saying I wasn't interested in her. She was right. Answer 4. You should get rid of your cat before I get rid of you. She suggested I get rid of my cat, which was a deal breaker for me. My cat is a priority in my life, and that conversation ended things immediately. Answer 5. Years ago, when I was still single, she showed up 45 minutes late without apologizing, brushing it off as it happens. During the date, she interrogated me about my job, trying to gauge my income. She suggested we move to a pricier wine bar and ordered an expensive meal and a $250 bottle of wine without consulting me. Her conversation was filled with racist comments about her coworkers and complaints about her low-paying job. She stayed glued to her phone, messaging friends. I quietly paid for my drink at the bar and left. Later, I heard she tried leaving without paying the $500 bill but was caught by the staff. Answer 6. I went on a date with a girl I met online. She only talked about 3 topics: her pets, her ex, and the last time she had gastritis. There wasn't much interest from her side, and I decided there would be no second date. Answer 7. We went out to dinner. She was on her phone all night. She spent the entire evening glued to her phone, uninterested in conversation. After dinner, I drove her home, but on the way, she insisted we stop so she could buy t-shirts for her ex. I found the whole situation uncomfortable. She acted as if I was just there to provide dinner and transportation. Needless to say, I didn't see her again. Answer 8. We went to see a movie, and she read the subtitles out loud. We went to the cinema, and throughout the movie, she read every subtitle aloud. It wasn't necessary or appropriate. This strange habit made me decide there wouldn't be a second outing. Answer 9. When I arrived at her place, she told me to get in her car. She picked me up and drove to an unexpected stop where she spent an hour and a half selling essential oils and diffusers to someone I didn't know. I just sat there, confused and uncomfortable. When it was finally over, I asked to be dropped off at my car. That was the end of that. Answer 10. She said, I'm glad my fiancé is still traveling. We were halfway through our date when she casually mentioned her fiancé was out of town. I realized I'd been unwittingly pulled into something inappropriate and left immediately. Answer 11. On the second date, she forgot to take off her wedding ring. During our second outing, I noticed her wedding ring. When I asked about it, she admitted she was married and had forgotten to take it off. That was enough for me to end things right there. Answer 12. I went for lunch with this girl I met through a dating app. During the meal, she attempted to steal my phone by sliding it into her purse while I wasn't looking. I realized what had happened, confronted her, and retrieved my phone. I left immediately after that. Answer 13. We went for coffee, and she brought a bottle of vodka. She drank vodka at the coffee shop and became drunk quickly. She then fell and started screaming for help, causing a scene. I helped her up, but that was the last time I saw her. Answer 14. We went for coffee, and everything was going well. The date started well until she asked me a hypothetical question about why I might go to prison. Then, she began talking about her plans to commit a crime, mentioning a specific target and motive. I was completely uncomfortable and didn't see her again. Answer 15. When she asked for my birthday, she asked for my zodiac sign and immediately used it to criticize my personality and life choices based on astrology. It was bizarre and off-putting, so I didn't pursue another date.